Good afternoon, everyone. I'm Martina Galli from POLI.design, and today I will be moderating the presentation of the Specializing Master in Fashion Tech. Please feel free to use the chat to submit any questions you have, which we will address in the second part of the session. Now let me introduce the speakers, Susanna Testa and Komal Karani. I leave you the floor.
Okay, thank you so much, Martina, for this introduction. And welcome you all, and it's great that you are here connected with us today. So yes, I'm here with Komal Karani, and I will introduce you to the faculty of our specializing master in fashion tech. So I am the didactic coordinator of the master. Komal Karani, here with me today, is the tutor of the master, and also she was one of our former students from the two past editions, I would say. And then we have Professor Alba Cappellieri, who is the scientific director of the master, Professor Maurizio Botti, the technical director, and as well Anita Bertini, that is our co-tutor. It's really important just to already give you an overview of our faculty, that we have, as you can see, a scientific director and a technical director, because one of the most important goals of our master is really bridging the environment of the education. So we have Professor Cappellieri, but also another important soul of this master is the relationship with the companies. And this is also why we have Maurizia Botti with us and creating the sort of the environment that supports us, not only creating and bridging the knowledge, but also spreading it and have a close contact with the world of the market out there. Of course, this is the core faculty, but what is really important is that we have very many professionals coming and joining the presentation. So from the first part, so we will see then in details how the master is structured, but people that will support the theoretical lessons with their knowledge, okay, and then also during the workshop phase, different companies and professionals that will come and join the didactical part, giving their, let's say, feedback about the job market. So here we are. So what is this master about? So as the title suggests, it's about, of course, the world of fashion. And our main goal is the one of bridging fashion design, the segment of luxury and technology, together with innovation in terms of course, technology, but also to sustainability. We have really decided to design this course in order to create garments that are designed and conceived not only to be living once, but really thought to be designed and redesigned throughout time, really at the pace of what our world is demanding in terms of sustainability. We address different kinds of topics, so from artificial intelligence to blockchain, from traceability to the idea of working with innovative textiles and materials. We will start, the master is 1 year long, we start in October. We have a limited amount of seats available, so we reach a maximum of 25 because it's really important for us to have a one-to-one, a custom relationship with our students, a made-to-measure, let's say, relationship with each and every student we have. So this is why we have a selection at the beginning in order to allow this kind of setup. What are our goals? So it's really, let's say, we address the topic, of course, of fashion, but we have a specific focus of the world of sportswear, activewear, and also the idea of working with the field of lifestyle wear, really underlining as much as possible, let's say, the goals related to sustainability, as I was saying before. So we try to bridge, let's say, functionality and the world of aesthetic to try to face what are the, let's say, always the new goals, the new challenges that the market requests. We work in close relationship with the companies for this reason, really, because we try to, even in the workshop phase, address issues that are real issues of the market. So trying really as much as possible to do it at the pace with time. So here we have some important keywords, so recycling, reuse, repurposing, really because we are trying as much as possible to face what are the challenges of the markets today. How is our master structured? So we have a part dedicated to theoretical lesson, a part dedicated to the tools, and another part that is dedicated to the actual workshop activities, and lastly, the internships. Here I'm just gonna show you how our training modules are structured. So as you can see, here you have the overview in a synoptic way of how we structure the year long. So we have a first part dedicated to an overview of the sector of fashion tech, so divided into the part dedicated to apparel, new materials and new technologies, brands and markets, and so on. We then have a part dedicated to the tools, so from digital modeling, and in this case we've been using Claude 3D and Rhinoceros for the 3D modeling part. We deliver a part of lectures dedicated to graphics and a part dedicated to photography and communication. Then we have the core of our master, that are the design workshops. They are 5, usually they are, let's say, approximately 2 weeks and a half long. And each and every one is done in collaboration with a company or more than one company, and professionals that are guiding the students through each and every step of the design phase. So from the brief launch all the way through the research, the concept generation, the ideation, design and sketching, and the final presentation. Each and every year are different, so we work in collaboration with different companies. Of course, we have some pillar companies that we have been working together since the very first edition, such as, for example, Colmar.
Decathlon, Colmar, Radici.
Yes, these are some of the names. Yeah, please.
No, one of the biggest companies is Polartech, and Polartech provides collaboration with different sportswear brands across Europe. Last year, we had a collaboration with Houdini, one of the mountain wear brands from Sweden, and this year we had Castelli, a cycling brand from Italy. So it's basically a different mixture of different types of sports, and it's
and also
super diverse. Yeah.
Also, what is nice is that we tend to couple companies that work with, for example, textiles and final product company.
Exactly. We have a good collaboration between also companies like Radici, which is a producer of yarn and functional textiles. And along with that, we collaborate with sportswear brands, so the students can come up with a good product of both understanding of the textiles as well as the final product.
Super. Then if you have questions, of course, more specific, we will be here. And then lastly, we have a part dedicated to the personal presentation, so the personal branding and the CV and portfolio development that helps the students to go through the phase of the interviews for the curricular internships. Of course, during the entire path, we will have different kinds of visits and guest lecturers that we will welcome here at POLI.design, or as in the case of the visit, we go and we organize visits to the different companies. So it's interesting also for students to see how the company works and the different kinds of materials and technologies that they apply. So in terms of professional outcomes, as you can see, they're very diverse, also because we welcome actually students coming from different kinds of realms, so not only geographical but also coming from different fields. So also, let's say that also the outcomes in terms of professional outcomes are different. So we divided them in three different main areas, so research and development, style office, and production. So for example, we have people that found their job opportunity as material researcher, or technology researcher, textile researcher, or technicians specialized in sustainable product development, or for example fashion designers specializing in circular economy. Or of course we have the part dedicated to the style office, so sportswear, streetwear, workwear, and interactive and accessory designers. Or lastly, let's say more related to the production phase, so technicians specializing in product traceability, or also head of sustainable communications and branding. So why choosing this master? So we decided really from the very beginning to create this master, to conceive this master, starting from the demand, the request from the market. So it's one of our, let's say, main goal, main idea is really to find the opportunity for our students to really be at the pace with the market requests. So, I mean, I don't know here, Kamal, if you want to add something related to why, for example, you decided to choose this master.
I think in my experience, this master is, it was the key for me to connect with the sportswear world, to connect with the markets and the industry firsthand through this master. That's why I also said before that workshops are the most significant part of this master, because it gives you the real hand experience. And yeah, that's all.
Okay, great. And here some more technical information related to how to apply to this master.
Thank you very much. I'll take the floor again to provide more details about the application process for the next edition of Fashion Tech, which will begin in October 2025. On the Specializing Master webpage on the POLI.design website, you will find the full list of required materials for the selection process. By clicking on the Apply button, you'll be able to create your personal account and upload the necessary files. The application will then be completed on the Politecnico di Milano website by uploading the documents related to your academic qualifications. If you need assistance during this phase, you can book a call by scanning the QR code. And then there are two main steps to follow. The first one is the selection step, which must be completed no later than 60 days before the course starting date. And the second one is the enrollment step, to be completed within 45 days. And please note, the applications are processed in chronological order and spots are limited, so don't wait for the last minute. Additionally, by uploading your documents, you'll already be eligible to attend the next round of interviews, scheduled for May 28 from 9 a.m. You can find the course fee listed on this slide, along with our promotional policy designed specifically for this program, an initiative to support the design potential of those who choose POLI.design. In particular, I'd like to highlight the partial exemptions of 25% and the open day promo valid for applications received by May 30. Let's now move on to the Q&A session, and I'll start by reading the questions we received in the chat. So, the first question I have is how the lecture schedule will be for the week. Is it every day 9-5?
No, it's not every day. We try to have averagely 3 days per week of lessons, from 9:30 to 6:30. We have lunch break, but more or less I would say this is the
3 days a week.
3 days a week.
Okay, perfect. So let's wait for other people to ask questions.
Oh, okay.
Yes. Okay, we have another one. Are there specific softwares that a candidate should know?
I mean, we provide lessons dedicated to the graphics, I would say, as I said before, 3D modeling and Adobe mainly. But of course, if people already have a base, it's much better, no?
It's better if they come with an experience of using Adobe Illustrator, Photoshop, InDesign
Okay.
Because it's much easier for people, for
to
students.
construct their work.
Yeah, of course. Yeah. Then another one. Is it possible to work at the same time?
Yes, with a flexible work though, because our schedule, as you can imagine, since we are working with actual professionals that work in the companies as teachers, of course, we tend to have a very flexible schedule because, I mean, for us it's important for them to come. So we try to have a sort of a baseline of days a week, but things may change. And so it's important that students have a sort of flexibility in terms of job, if they already have a job, in order to be able to cope with, also because we have a mandatory presence now. So students need to do 75% of presence. So it's important that, I mean, they actually join the lessons. No?
Then how long is the internship?
Internship has to be, I think, 400 hours long.
425 hours.
425 hours long, which is approximately 3 months and a half.
Okay. And then how are companies involved in the classes?
They basically are the teachers as well, no?
So for the companies, they come up with a brief, they come up with a project that they would like the students to work on, and then they guide the students throughout the project, the time of the workshop, how to work on that. They also make students visit the company, understand the materials. It's super detailed, and
Okay, perfect. And then we have another one. What's the success rate of students coming out of the master in terms of job searching, getting an internship?
That I don't have the numbers, I have to admit.
But for our last master, all of the students have secured the internship now. And also for the previous one, all the students had secured the internship.
Okay. And then another one. Are the internship done at the same time as other courses?
What does that mean? No. We have the course, and then after the courses are finished, then you started the internship. So it starts later.
Yeah, it's like the final part of the master.
Okay. So for now we don't have any more questions, and so I would like to thank you very much for being here, and also thank to the people following us from home, and stay here for the next presentation. Thank you.
Thank you.